The New England Patriots are getting encouraging news coming out of training camp, and I shout out one of you viewers. Let's get into it. My name is Aaron. This is Sports Talk Patriots. You know the deal. On a daily basis, I'm putting out videos about the New England Patriots, rumors, insights, whatever that might be, right here. So do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, like it, and comment below. So, encouraging news coming out of training camp. 2024 training camp has begun, ladies and gentlemen, and it is exciting because before you know it, we're going to be sitting on our couch, jumping off our couch, flipping tables, who knows, hopefully being excited, being pumped up because the Patriots are surprising us, especially offensively, but football is around the corner. We're done with the UFL placeholder. We're ready for the real stuff. So training camp has begun, and there's already been some very encouraging news coming out of training camp. The first being, and I will tell you, and I know that people who are followers that listen, that have watched all my videos know that I said I was not going to talk about this until things were settled and figured out and an extension was made or a trade was made or whatever. But there's encouraging news on it. And if you know me, I'm a half almost said a wrong word there. Glass half full type of guy, so I'm going to talk about it. We're talking about Matthew Judon. Now, he came out during training camp and talked about, hey, he was essentially asked, hey, do you want to be traded? The four-time Pro Bowler said, heck no, not the exact words, but said, heck no, no one wants to be traded. I don't want to be traded. You know, he wants to be a part of this team. That is encouraging news. You look at this defense. We've talked about this. We look at this defense. We all know this is a great defense. Matthew Judon, his time last year was cut short after week 4, getting hurt against the Dallas Cowgirls. Yes, that's the correct name. Got hurt, torn bicep, was out the rest of the year. 4-time Pro Bowler, has a lot of potential. And you look at that defense, again, you look at the young up-and-coming talent in Christian Gonzalez, you look at Matthew Judon, that team wasn't even at full strength. That defense wasn't even at full strength. So we look at the potential in that defense. That is an incredibly encouraging sign, especially that he could easily, if he wanted to, he could hold out. But again, in his quote, he talks about, hey, I signed something. I signed the paper. Essentially, I'm going to be a man in my word. And that's encouraging, especially coming from one of your best, if not best, defensive players. It shows leadership, and it sets an example for other people. Now, I think what's awesome, too, is you look at all these other players who have gotten deals from the Patriots currently or recently. So you look at Barmore, Stevenson, Duggar, Owenu. All these guys were picked late rounds. So I believe they're all 6. I could be wrong, but sorry, my fault. 6th, 2nd, 4th, 2nd round. But regardless, 6th, 4th round, that's pretty big. 2nd rounds are awesome, but the 6th and 4th round, that's my fault. I don't even know what I'm thinking. And so that being said, just showing, hey, that being able to find these guys, re-sign them, especially guys that were found by the organization, is huge. And so I think the biggest thing too with Judon is he sees other people getting paid. He wants to get paid too. I totally understand that. Again, what's tough is you coming off a year where you got hurt. You're in your early 30s, and the question is when. And I hate to say this, but when are the wheels going to fall off? Again, I think he still has some years to go. I think he has a ton of potential, and I would love to see him on the edge for years to come. Again, if a great trade opportunity came, that'd be a different story. Again, because you have Keon White, that's also a solid edge rusher or has a ton of potential, a young talent, a rookie contract for the Patriots, and so he could, in a way, step into that role. But again, Judon has plenty left, so why not? And I think this year will be a huge year for him, contract year, of course. So textbook. He's going to go in. If he does really well, he's going to get a solid contract. I would say, maybe not as huge as we would think, but it's also possible that he ends up somewhere else. But that being said, the very encouraging news is the fact that he comes out and says, "Hey, I see that." All these other people are getting stuff. Do I want to get traded? No, I don't want to get traded, but Again, I think I'm worth a lot more than what I'm getting paid. Totally understandable. Hey, I get it. I'm sure all of us sit at our jobs and think, we could probably get paid a little more, but we still go do it. We agreed to something, and we're gonna man up to that and do our job. So probably shouldn't be going up to our boss and retweeting and making all these hints that we want to raise. So I don't know if it works like that for us. But anyways, so that's encouraging news. Defensive side of the ball. Offensive side of the ball, we're looking at the offensive line, and we have talked about this a lot, but Mike Onwenu taking reps at right guard. So again, this says surprising. I don't think it's surprising. We've talked about we want the best 5 people on that offensive line, and what is that going to look like? We've done a couple different scenarios. Those scenarios have included putting Caden Wallace in at right tackle, Onwenu to right guard, switching things up just like that. Now, one possibility, and this is where I'm going to shout out a viewer, my boy Jason right here. So Jason, I haven't commented back yet. I'm going to comment back probably right after this, but it says, people seem to forget Calvin Anderson. He could easily end up as right tackle and move Wallace to swing or backup. Yeah, absolutely. Or Onwenu at guard and then Calvin Anderson at tackle. So Jason, I think that's spot on. I think that's a huge possibility. And so where was it right here? The week 1 starters was taking his rep on Wednesday. That's Jacoby Brissett. Calvin Anderson was at right tackle. Boom, Jason. All right, come on now, son. Meanwhile, Okorafor was left tackle during competitive drills. City So at left guard. David Andrews. If anyone knows who he is, has he played for the Patriots? That's, if you didn't know, especially for you people who don't pick up on sarcasm, that was a joke. So then Onwenu at that right guard. So that would be very interesting. And then seeing, hey, who can slide in where, what works. It's a puzzle. We got to put all the pieces together. We got to figure out what works, what does not work. So, that was a lot. So questions for you today. First, what do you think of that, of Matthew Judon's comment? Are you big on it? Do you think he's just saying that to make himself look better? And second, what do you think about this? Already they're trying to put Onwenu at right guard, or at least giving him reps there, giving Calvin Anderson reps at right tackle. What do you guys think about that? As well, what has been the most, I know it's only been 1 day, technically 2, but what are one of the most exciting things you have seen out of training camp? I will tell you this. The most exciting thing I've seen on Twitter, it was all over Twitter, was the throw from Drake May to Rager. All right, that was my favorite. He was, and what's interesting is a lot of things I've read, guys, I am struggling today. A lot of things that I have read has shown that Rager has gone from bubble, like has already looked really good apparently. So again, is he going to be able to get a spot on the team? We'll see how his returning goes, all those different things. But he's made some great catches. I think it's impressed some people. But the thing is consistency. Are you going to be able to do that consistently? So that's been one of the coolest things to see. So what do you guys think? This is Sports Talk Patriots. My name's Aaron. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry so much for all the mess ups. That's part of it. That's part of the one takes. Let's roll, baby. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.